Okay, next section is fandom questions. First question is, what is my opinion on the community? I think it's a very interesting community. When I first became a part of it, I didn't realize how big it was. And I like how we're all connected by like one specific thing, being the show. And that probably ties into the next question is, what is my favorite thing about the fandom? And I think it's about like how intimate that communities like this can be. Like we can find our little group of friends within the community, and I've been to meetups, and I still find like a group of friends there, and it's just really fun to talk to other people about the show, and not uh, most of the time we don't judge other people for other things, and we just enjoy watching the show together. So that's something I really like about it. And next question, has it changed since I joined? Yes, it has. It's gotten a lot bigger. When I first joined in August, it was already pretty big, because of the summer drought, and there was like just waiting for the next season, and then people were just coming in, and I was one of those people. But yeah, I think it's at least tripled since I became a part of the fandom, so it's been growing exponentially. Next question, thoughts on BronyCon? Um, I should probably keep my opinions to myself. I'm going to be on a panel there. Overall, I'll just say that I'm looking forward to some other conventions other than BronyCon. I'm looking forward to BronyCon because of other reasons besides the whole thing. Like, I definitely want to see Lauren Faust and Tara Strong and all of those. But I also want to see the people that are going that I've been talking to online and speak to them. And next question is, which cons am I going to? Obviously, I'm going to BronyCon, since I just answered that. And I'm also going to Everfree Northwest with Saber to do some filming there for the documentary, which we'll be filming there and at BronyCon for the documentary. And then I'm hoping to go to Brony Fanfare in Austin, Texas. But for that, I might like try doing a panel about the documentary, and that's in September. Then the next thing, who am I most looking forward to meet other than Saber? At BronyCon, General Mumble, because he's coming there, and I want to go see him and hug him, because he's my favorite musician, so I want to hug him. Anyway, and at Everfree Northwest, I'm not really sure who I'm most looking forward to seeing there. I know of a lot of people who are going. I know that some of the people on the West Coast that we've been talking to are going to that convention, so I'd like to see them. Then at Brony Fanfare, I want to see all levels at once because he's going at that one. The next question: do I read fan fiction? And have I read these specific fan fictions? I read fan fiction sometimes when I'm in the mood for it. Usually the fictions I read are very short, so I don't really like really long ones like Fallout Equestria or Past Sins. I just can't get into it. If it's short and to the point, or if it captures me within the first couple of pages, then I'll like read the rest of it. But yeah, like something like Yours Truly was like one of my favorites. And have I read these fan fictions? Have I read Milo Dashi, Cupcakes, Sweet Apple Massacre, or Rainbow Factory? I've read none of those except for Cupcakes, because Cupcakes was short. So, yeah. What's my favorite piece of fan-made content? That would be this song.
Come on, you guys! Let's show 'em how to party Ponyville style!
I don't see what all of this fuss is all about.
Exactly.
She sent me down to Ponyville so I can try it out. For years we've all been fine without any pony friends.
Exactly.
Since when have things like friendship really stuck it till the end?
Catchy.
That was actually my favorite song before I even started talking to him because I subscribed to him because somebody told me about him on Tumblr, and then I saw him upload that video or that song, and I loved it. So that became my favorite song out of the fandom, and probably my favorite fan-made piece of content. Who is my favorite musician? That would be General Mumble. Um, I love a lot of different musicians, but General Mumble is someone who I've kept up with since I became a brony, and he's like continually improved, and he's been very consistent about his work, and that's something that I really like about him. And his style is like really different. Like when he makes a remix, he makes sure it's a remix. Some people like they try making remixes, but it just sounds like the original song. There's not really that much else different with it. But like his remixes of like Find a Pet, his remix of Find a Pet, and his remix of the Smile song, they sound completely different, and that's how it should be. So I just that's just my opinion though. But yeah, I really like General Mumble. Who's my favorite artist as far as like visual artist goes? I've been having like a hard time trying to pick a favorite. One that has really stood out to me though is a SoPie Solar or Solar Slash as he used to be known. He does the Pinkie Pie Solutions Ask Tumblr, and he also does a comic called Panel Play with Pinkie Pie, and where Pinkie will actually like break the fourth wall with the panels in the comics, and it's really creative. He's done over 30 of them. I think even more than that. But he gets really creative with those comics, and his style is just really cute. So I love that. What do I think of shipping? It doesn't bother me in the slightest. I mean, I like shipping Pinky and Twilight, so yeah, it doesn't really bother me because I do it too. What do I think of Rule 34? That also doesn't bother me in the slightest because I've looked at Rule 34 way before this pony thing. So it's just expected. It's expected with any like series, no matter what it is. I mean, there's Rule 34 of Arthur. I mean, yeah, of course there's going to be Rule 34 of ponies because it has a huge fan base. So yeah, it doesn't bother me at all because well, I look at it too. So what do I think of cloppers? That sort of goes with the previous question. I look at Rule 34, I ship, I also do this. So, um, yeah. I really don't see what the big deal is. And the last question in this section, what is the worst part of being a brony? Probably the worst part is the fact that fandoms like this tend to be drama prone. And that's going to be expected with any fandom. But recently I've been seeing a lot of it happen, so it's just gonna happen. I mean, this is just something we're all gonna go through. You just shouldn't let it bother you too much. So it's pretty much that. Is that we can be drama prone sometimes.